So just a little bit about what is going on and your personal experiences that tie you to it.
Okay. So I'm Krista Gwen. My son was Christian. He was gunned down at 12/19, 2019. He was Louisville's last homicide of 2019 on 43rd and Market. He was shot by a gun drive-by coming home from Indy's restaurant. And I've been working with Chris X ever since because he is still an unsolved homicide. And when he called me and asked me did I want to be a part of the Breonna Taylor giveaway, of course, because I feel her pain. I know what it feels like not to have your child every day. So I wanted to make sure that I respectfully was here for her as she is trying to be here for us. And I appreciate all she's trying to do for us because we are unsolved and we are grieving parents just like us. So I came out to show with my kids and my husband. This is my husband, Nevada Gwen. He's Christian's dad. And we are going to be wherever we can be to try to get justice and to stop the violence that's going on.
Absolutely. Obviously fresh produce and stuff being given away today.
Yes.
Out here, 2500 Montgomery Street.
Yes.
Do you know how long y'all are going to be out here, or is it just until everything's gone?
It's supposed to be until everything is gone, but it seems like things are slowing down, so now we're trying to knock on doors.
When I first came, it was wrapped around the
Yeah.
corner.
And we still got a lot, so people still want to come out. It's here. We're trying to knock on doors. We're going around the corner. Y'all know somebody, call somebody. We're going to stand out here and give it out till it's all gone, hopefully.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Yes,
your time.
no problem.
Yes, for everything that you all do.
No problem. Thank you for y'all. Y'all always on the scene, and we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Gotta get the stories out.
Yes.
Just to let y'all know,
Yeah.
Mr. Gwen love y'all teens, man.
Yeah,
want
we
to
love
know
y'all.
that I love
Yeah.
y'all. I love y'all. I love the teenagers out here, man. I wish we can get to the bottom of this, but I want y'all to know when y'all see Mr. Gwen out here, man, Mr. Gwen love y'all teenagers, man.
Yeah.
I love y'all kids, man. That's one thing I want y'all to know. Whenever y'all see me, I'm never gonna stop giving up on you, man. So anytime y'all got a problem, come talk to me. Every time you see me out here, man, I'm quite sure we
We're
can
willing
get to
to
the
talk to
bottom
all
of the problem,
kids.
and I'm willing to talk to you and work everything out with you, man. Just come holler at me, all right? I appreciate
I love the
y'all.
babies, and
Yeah.
thank you for that.
No
You know,
problem.
I mean, our youth is very important. As
Yes.
we all know, you
Yes.
know, and right now is a really hard time for our city.
Yeah.
And to have families like your all that lost loved ones out here being proactive and saying, and so many families here together that have lost loved ones, you know, and then are saying, hey, we're going to stand up together and still love on our community and let the kids know we're here, and the community let them know we're here. So I appreciate it.
We're a part of a group we didn't want to be in, but we're in
We
it.
here now.
So we got to support each other.
And I feel like I raised a great kid, and if I get a chance to implement the same upbringing or the same type of style that got
There's
my
a
son
child
to
out
where he
here that
could, man,
needs
you need
help.
my help. Reach out to
Look
me.
us up. Look for us.
And
Look us
just
for us on
because
Facebook or Instagram.
I joined in a little bit late for anybody that's on my viewers. Can you tell us what you all do?
My son was Christian Gwen. He was the last homicide of 2019. He was gunned down on 43rd and Market, 12/19/2019. Coming home from a restaurant, he was a victim of a drive-by shooting, and he's still unsolved. But we are still out here for the other children. And any kid that need help, they need somebody to talk to, look us up. We will gladly sit down with any child that feel like they're in danger or in need. We are here for them.
And I can second that. I can tell you, I know that they will do that.
Yes.
They're in the community. I know their story. I know them. I love them. I see everything that they do, and I just praise them for that. But I wanted you all to know why they are doing what they're doing, and they're serious.
It's for the
That's-
kids, and it's
the
definitely
babies.
for my son.
So thank you guys.
No problem.
Love
Believe in the
y'all.
old George Bush motto, no kid left behind.
That's right. That's right. No kid left behind.
There we go.
So
Thank
see you
you.
guys. That's amazing things that are happening.
So again, we are out here, 2500 Montgomery. It is a community center called Community Connections. Portland neighborhood. This is in collaboration with Until Freedom and several local organizations. They are going to be here till supplies are gone, or they're going to be here until supplies are gone. When I first got here, it was wrapped all the way around that corner. Individuals that were coming to get fresh fruit, fresh produce, there's greens, a number of things. It was wrapped all the way around the corner. They got through those people real quick, and now there is just a ton left. So if you are in need, you need some produce, you need some fresh fruit. You can come on down to 2500 Montgomery. and 2500 Montgomery Streets. This is the community center that I didn't know existed, so I'm gonna have to do some research into that.
All you have to do is drive up.
They have drive-up service now. They got the table set out on the curb here, so you can just pull up and grab a few bags. They said they're going to be knocking on some doors in the neighborhood to see if anybody needs anything because they have so many supplies left. So, you know, if you are in the Portland area, you know, you might get a door knock, just so you know. This is 2500 Montgomery Street. It is a community center. It's called Community Connections again. This is several organizations that have put this together. Until Freedom is one of them. I believe they supplied some of the food. It's also in connection with Game Changers and Team Rock, as well as several other community-oriented organizations. Woo, sorry, gotta move. There's something going on. 2 seconds. Something good going on, not bad.
We got it, brother. You ready?
Yeah, I think we're all good to go.
Okay. Christopher 2X Game Changers, Executive Director, CHRISTOPHER. Number 2 and a capital X beside each other. All right, like that. Y'all ready? Come on in a little closer. Both of y'all. All right. This is fantastic in the sense that, one, on the first anniversary date of Brianna's unfortunate killing. And I don't know any other way to not mix words on that, but just be blunt about it. To have a segue from what has went on from at least Thursday into now, and this being even in this kind of weather situation of raindrops steadily falling, the collaboration with Tamika Palmer, and for far too long, the storyline with violent crime survivors in this city, losing loved ones to fatal homicides. A total of 11 families have showed up today to support not only the call for justice for Brianna, but equally for Tamika to give back to them her presence and love as it relates to them losing their loved ones to such violent acts in different circumstances. At the end of the day, Until Freedom, Christopher 2X Game Changers, Community Connections Group and radio show were more than willing and able to make an impact with everybody involved to let the community know that we got 2 major problems as it relates to social justice issues, police-involved shooting issues, and equally the redundancy of violent shootings. Simple as that. And what better way for us to do the right thing together in a collaborative way to touch children and families would have some kind of nutritional connection to them with this food giveaway and this fresh produce. Whatever's left, even because of the inclement weather, the St. Franciscan Kitchen on Preston Street is going to take a majority of this produce to feed many homeless individuals. So let's give a hand to them. So let them know we still going to be touching lives. And just lastly for me, a special shout out to the biggest sponsor of this giveaway, which is, again, Mogul Entertainment. I can say generous heart giver, Jay-Z and his company, Rock Nation. For them to do this is what they do nationwide to try to impact some lives, and to come to Louisville, Kentucky with it through the help of Tamika Palmer and Until Freedom is just fantastic. And all of us are doing our part. So I want to just thank everybody, all survivors, Tamika, everybody. So next, I would like for Tamika just to share a few thoughts with you all about what it feels like to be a part of what I'm going to coin a healing process today. And remember now, we can't heal the wounds of Tamika Palmer as it relates to the energy being taken away from her in such a quick fashion. Equally, those who have lost individuals to street violence or violent shootings, we can't heal you all. But we're here to help y'all cope, and you better believe it's worth every fiber of our being to do that for y'all. Because trying to heal you all situation is impossible. But let's hear from Tamika Palmer about what this whole weekend has meant to her. The rally, this, everything else. Tamika, please.
Tamika Palmer, T-A-M-I-K-A-P-A-L-M-E-R. It's just, it's been 1 year for Brianna, but just to give back in honor of her, it just stays to who we say she was and what she loved to do, to help people, and to have so many other people out here helping and just being out here and being a part of it and continuing to stand up for Brianna. So it's just, I'm grateful for everybody out here and just what everybody did in this whole situation.
And I want to throw one last thing in there for you guys on my end. So I had a quick conversation with Tamika yesterday morning, on Saturday morning, before we got to the rally. And I was exchanging my expression of love for her when they called me in their lives the day after Brianna had lost her life. That was March 13, 2020. I got the call on Saturday, March 14, 2020. But equally at the same time, Tamika responded to me a year later, even though we've been rolling through this whole year, and says, whatever I can do for you, and I told her and I repeated to her, you will be a great voice of inspiration to violent crime survivors. Because they love you, they love the cause for your daughter, and equally at the same time, it's about y'all coping with each other's unfortunate and excruciating pain that y'all dealing with. Because that pain is just so deep that some of us can't even fathom what that pain is unless you experience it and get the impact of it. But yes, 2021, as she's constantly motivating and constantly dealing with so many things as it relates to social justice issues in behalf of her daughter and others, she's going to take time out to have conversations when we plan these things with violent crime survivors to let them know we're going to cope together with this kind of thing. So Tyler, we're open up for you on any questions.
Yeah, definitely. Tamika, or someone else who hasn't spoken, whoever, talk a little bit about the importance and what it meant to be able, to give food back to those who need it. It's such a basic human necessity. What was that like to be able to provide those
Let me answer that.
those in need today?
Stay right here beside me, sister. Without you, we wouldn't be here. My name is James Linton. That's James Linton. I'm the president of Community Connections Group. We started giving away food back in August on this corner because people are in desperate need. With all the events that happened back in 2020, people need some help. So this whole event is about love, peace, healing, and hoping that other groups will duplicate our efforts. Because if we have more organizations giving food, working with Game Changers, working with Community Connections, working with Ms. Palmer, we can make a difference in our community overnight. Then we don't care which group you get involved in, just get involved somewhere and help us make a difference. When you see people stand out in the rain, they've been here since 10 o'clock this morning, standing in line to get food. You understand that it is a desperate situation in some of these households. So I'm asking the entire city to get involved. I'm asking everybody who has means to get involved. You can't do any of these programs on air. So again, I'd like to thank Jay-Z, Rock Nation, the whole group, Ms. Palmer again, for everybody making this happen. And I'll turn it back over to Chris.
And again, a special shout out. I want y'all to give them a hand with me. The San Franciscans Behind Us Kitchen on Preston Street. Thank you all for feeding so many individuals from 1980 on, to be quite frank with you. I'm very familiar with you all's work and appreciate you all. Whatever's left over, you all getting that produce to the homeless who constantly comes every day and stand out in the lines, in inclement weather, whether it's freezing, whether it's snowing, whether it's hot. Y'all got to be there every day to feed the homeless, and kudos to you all for the great work. And we'll wrap up on this. The Breonna Taylor Foundation is in full effect.
That's right.
The presence of that and the energy of that is her mother, the family members, the friends. Let's give the Breonna Taylor Foundation nothing but a lot of love, because they just started. And at the end of the day, they're going to be a viable entity in this community to make an impact. But at the end of the day, we do know, and we got to be conscious of this, everybody. Survivors who's lost loved ones to violent shootings, and each of the faces that are connected to these horrible, despicable acts are connected to Breonna Taylor and her family and that foundation forever. And thanks a lot, guys. Let's get back to work and wrap it up. Thanks a lot, y'all.
And real quick, everybody, we have so much product left, so the people who are driving us, y'all ready for me to take over?
Tyler, I didn't hit the
Yeah,
table.
anything you want to say anything?
Thanks, guys. It's an honor to meet you. Take care, man.
Okay. So yeah, several local and national organizations have collaborated. That is, Team Rock, Jay-Z's organization. That one's not Jay-Z's organization. I can't remember the name of Jay-Z's organization off the top of my head, but Jay-Z's organization was involved. So is Team Rock, so is Game Changers, Chris for 2X's organization, as well as Until Freedom. But we're out here at 2500 Montgomery Street at Community Connections. There is a ton of fresh produce and vegetables that are here for free for community. If you are in need, feel free to come down. They are going to be giving out until it is all gone. They will also be knocking on some doors locally here in the neighborhood since they have so much left. So yeah, if you are in need, make sure that you get down here. 2500 Montgomery Street in Portland, Community Connections. But that is the extent of the action down here, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the live. I appreciate everyone tuning in. It is important to show these community outreach efforts because they are beautiful, even though they have to be built from tragedy. Again, if you are in need, you need some food, some fresh produce, some fruit, 2500 Montgomery Street, Community Connections. Come on down. But till then, everybody, stay strong, stay safe.